Hello, everyone. My name is Thomas Sawyer with ThomasSawyer.com, and we have, as usual,
It's Ingrid with IngridTurner.com. Thank you,
and
Thomas. I
no
gotta put a
problem.
light on.
And we're going to be doing universal readings and healings. No one is watching at the moment, but we are going to be sharing out, and we will be right back.
All right.
Give us a second.
All right, you're muted, Thomas. There you are.
Hello, everyone. We are back. We are doing universal readings and healings. I have my beautiful hat on today.
Freaking
And
fabulous hat.
yeah,
Makes
I
me so
love it.
happy. Ooh,
So we still have openings, guys. $35 donation, and I'll repeat that as we go along. We got two hats going.
yeah, we got
And
two hats going.
how you doing, Ingrid?
Freaking fantastic, Thomas. I'm doing really fantastic. I'm traveling today. My car's feeling better. So she's back on the road. She was out of action for a little while.
Okay.
So I'm very happy. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Getting
just chilling. I'm chilling in my
closer.
new house back
Yeah,
here.
I like it. Yeah, high rolling there. I'm chilling in
Hmm.
my house. I freaking love it. I'm so happy.
So I'm going to check. Yeah, let's check this real quick. Do do do. We still have openings for universal readings and healings. A $30 donation, $35 donation. It is linked in StreamYard as well as on the Facebook feed.
We are doing. I'm gonna
Energies.
take my hat off. Go ahead.
Okay. Energies have been pretty crazy lately, I will
Jesus,
say.
have they ever?
Yes.
Holy
Um,
cow!
I barely wanted to get out of bed till today, till like 2 hours ago.
Aw.
I was just sitting there. I was like, I can't handle this shit. Anyways,
Yeah.
I'm here. We're here.
You're here. Yay.
Yeah.
I know this weekend a lot of people's lives blew up, it seems like. I had a couple of loved ones who one of them got into some trouble and needed some help, and one of them went off the rails, and it was a big support weekend for people who were really struggling. And I'm still here for it. Like I was so like in the zone this weekend with the people that I love in my life. It's like it's carried out into the week, and I'm like, I'm still ready. I got you. Whoever's needing it, I got you. Woo!
Yeah,
it's been exciting.
It's been a lot.
Yeah, it's been a lot. That full moon, the full moon in Aquarius transited my 8th house, which is, the house of the deep dark things. And so the deep dark things, they were illuminated by this full moon.
What's the name of that house?
The 8th house?
Yeah, what does it symbolize?
So the 8th house is like, it's basically anything you wouldn't bring up at the dinner table, anything that's sort of taboo, that's unspoken, sex, death, taxes, anything like dark in the subconscious, like shadow work. It's a really interesting and complex house, but it is things that we tend to keep buried. And so it tends to be a lot of, where our shadow work in this lifetime is represented. That's my understanding of the 8th house.
One thing I'm trying to understand, and guys, we still have availability open. It's $35 donation. It's linked in StreamYard.
We are ready to read and heal, babes.
One thing I've been trying to understand is, what does Lilith mean?
Oh, God. You know what? That has been such an interesting contemplation. So I'll give you my take on it, but I am not a professional astrologer. Yeah. But Lilith is the wild feminine. Like they call her the dark feminine, but I like wild better. Okay. Lilith is this like feral, pure, instinct driven sexual energy, powerful sexual potency, but it's not just about sex, like sexual energy is life force energy. She's the one that was cast out of Eden because she was disobeying Adam. And so they made Eve from Adam's rib because Lilith was unruly. And so she's been out sort of on the edges, doing her feral thing ever since. And so, in anyone's chart, she represents the wild inside of us, the primal inside of us. And it's a feminine energy because the way I see feminine energy is it has no edges. Feminine energy requires the masculine to create a container so that she has boundaries. And Lilith is pure feminine energy, no boundaries. And that's why she's so wild. How does that make you feel?
I always thought Lilith was a demon until I started seeing her in astrology.
Right. Well, that's the Judeo-Christian, take on it because she disobeyed Adam.
I almost think maybe I've had battles with her in other lifetimes or something. It seems I incarnate as a man quite a bit. So I don't know. It just didn't feel right for me for years until lately I've been looking at her a little differently. My guides don't like it. They're like, no, you don't, because I could call her out or something. But I mean, as a deity to work with, they don't like that. But yeah, I don't know, because my birth sign is where it's at, and it's also in Lilith.
Your sun sign, Cancer?
Yeah.
Okay, so she's here to teach you about feminine energy because Cancer is a very feminine sign. You're here, you incarnate, what I'm getting for you is you incarnate as a man with masculine energy, whether it's a female or a male body. You're so adept at the masculine energy. In this lifetime, you're coming in to really learn about and embody the feminine energy and the whole spectrum of dark to light, that the toxic to the divine, right? And Lilith is here to take you on that whole journey, hanging out with your sun, which is your masculine energy, right? So you're really learning through fire about feminine energy, the boundaryless feminine energy.
Well, it's been interesting because lately I've really I've tapped into this different side of myself,
Yeah.
and it's not as warrior like. I mean, it's like if I have to be a warrior or I need to be, I will be.
Yeah.
But there's all of a sudden there's all like today something was happening energetically, and I had to step into my left foot and bring in all my feminine energy, which I was not accustomed to, but that's what I felt I had to do.
Yeah.
And there
Wow.
were all these white female female energy beings around me. And I was like, what is this? Like, what's going on here? But I was like, okay, I guess this is what I'm doing, man. But
Yeah.
it was really crazy. It was really crazy.
Wow. So that, I mean, that's it right there. All this, like, you're really mastering feminine energy. And I mean, look at the work that you do, Thomas. I mean, in order to receive spirit, you have to be in the receptive, which means you have to have mastery of the feminine energy. You have more mastery of it probably than you realize because you've been doing readings and you're so tapped in.
Yeah, I don't. It's like the one guide I would talk to before this was Sophia.
Yeah.
But it's I call on Callie and stuff like that, but she's very masculine in approach to me.
True.
Yeah, so I didn't really see like you have the Sophia code, which is the female masters of the Christ consciousness and stuff like that. So I've been going back and looking at this, and I've had to look more at. You talked about Norse mythology before the live. I've had to go back and look at some trickster deities. They want me to look more at that because I resonate so hardcore with like Michael.
Yeah.
But they're like, you got to start looking at this. Like, okay. I did pick up this book, The Gospel of Loki.
The Gospel of Loki. Oh, I'd be interested in reading that. Wow.
So I guess it's a fiction book. I don't know, obviously. But it's all about the Gospel of Loki.
It's probably channeled, though.
Yeah, it probably is channeled.
Yeah.
Because I've been looking at it for months. And I was like, I probably need to read that. But I was like, well, I don't know why I need to read that. Anyways, but yeah, guys, we still have openings, and let me check to see what is going on. Okay, we're still at the same thing, guys. We still have openings for $35 readings and healings.
Reading.
It is linked in the StreamYard and on Facebook.
Yes, it is.
We just start out with a free reading, my guides are saying.
You wanna?
Here that would like a free reading to start out with. Comment yes and put a heart out there. I think we need to give Michael Sanchez a reading.
We need to give Michael Sanchez a reading. Michael Sanchez is showing up to support us all the time.
Michael, will you say yes, please, my friend? Because I know
gotta give us the okay, and then we're on it.
He says okay. He's here.
All right. Okay. All right, Michael. You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm feeling like a tickle in my throat, and I'm feeling wanting to like dislodge some energy in my throat. It feels phlegmy to me. Feels like I want to just like cough up and spit out phlegm. I'm sorry, that's gross. That's what they're giving me. It feels like you have old stuff in your throat, like old issues that are not relevant to where you're at today. And Spirit is saying, just spit it out, spit it out, spit it out. Make a choice to let that go. Make a choice to let go of those issues. Now, those issues are going to be things around like inability to speak up. I almost feel like I'm getting a stutter. And I'm not sure that may be symbolic, but it's like they're giving me the like you had a stutter at one point. It was so hard for you to speak up, and you don't have that anymore. You're fine now. You can speak up. You can speak eloquently. They say you speak quietly, but you speak what needs to be spoken, and you speak quietly. You speak slowly, and that's perfect. And I'm just getting the image of a stutter from in your earlier part of your life that is just no longer relevant. So spit out any energy that is still associated, any belief that you have. It's really just as simple as going, oh yeah, that's still in there a little bit, and then tossing it. And then when you do that, Somebody just walked by and gave me a thumbs up, which is really interesting. I don't really know what that means. But when you're doing that, when you do that, out it comes. It's going to be really liberating. You're going to feel a lot lighter. And I see like a bounce in your step is what they're showing me. So with that bounce in your step, you're going to be, it's going to help you move forward to do what you need to do next. That's the only thing that's kind of holding you back right now. Okay, let me pull some cards for you. Virgo, haha, communication. Virgo's ruled by Mercury. That's the voice right there. Page of Staves, more communication. Five of Swords, that's negative beliefs. Five of Swords is any like mindset stuff that you have around this. And then we have Queen of Swords, which is also about communication. Every single one of these cards is related to communication. So I feel like Spirit is really going after this block in the throat. And even as I'm speaking about it and you're becoming aware of it, I can feel it lessening. I can feel it going away. And let me just see the bottom. Oh yeah, bottom of the deck is the Star. So you are well on your way. You're going to be lighter, and Spirit is saying you're going to be bouncing into the next step for you in this life. You may not, I feel like you don't necessarily have a very clear picture of what it is or where you're going, but you're bouncing into it. And you're going to know it when you get there, and you can just trust it. And letting go of the story around your voice and speaking up in your throat, things associated with your throat chakra, letting that go is going to make it really light and easy for you. All right, Thomas.
Okay, Michael, let me unpack this a bit. First, they wanted me to channel. I don't feel like it's the right way to go. Okay. What I'm hearing is very interesting. Okay, so with, Edgar Cayce used to have a stutter. He had to go through hypnosis. This is how he learned how to trance channel. I feel like you could get rid of that stutter through hypnosis. They're saying it may actually unlock some other abilities for you. But they're saying he needs to start with self-hypnosis. Self-hypnosis will help bring out abilities that you already have that you can tap farther into. And I'm seeing Michael. So they're showing me Michael, and it looks like he's mixed with something else. But it's like clearing a complete path. So what I'm getting is it's literally looking at what. So I'm going to give you this apple, even though I don't know how it's going to show up on camera. But because I got this weird screen. It's decaying. But this decay that you're perceiving in your life is not decay. It's your perception of decay. What you perceive is, I'm channeling, what you perceive as not being right for you is merely a lesson or something you need to look at why it's not working for you anymore, and to remove the things that no longer serve you. But what I'm seeing is you doing this with like a massive sword. So to me, I don't know. What do the swords represent in tarot?
The mind and communication.
Okay, so yes, it's removing basically what Ingrid says, anything in the mind that no longer serves you, which isn't easy, but it's possible, they're saying, if you're willing to take that. You're going to step into something, as Ingrid said too, but it's going to take a little bit of time, they're saying, but it's one step at a time. I have a feeling you're like me, Michael, that you're going to be like, I want to do this all at once. It will not happen that way. I'm going to repeat that. It will not happen that way. There has to be lessons learned. They're showing me Jesus. The reason they're showing me Jesus is because Jesus, contrary to what people believe, had to be trained his entire childhood. And then when he went into the desert, I just, me personally, wonder if he confronted himself or he confronted Satan. I don't really know. But for 40 days, he had to go out in the desert by himself, if he even went out for 40 days. But the point is that he had to go through all these trials and tribulations to get to where he was. And that was just part of his path, my guides are saying. So you're going to have trials and tribulations, but don't look at them as a negative, they're saying. Look at them as a positive. Everything in life is about, if I've learned anything from subconscious reconditioning, is that everything is a matter of perception. And if you look at something as a negative, it becomes a negative. And sometimes you can literally laugh off what you perceive as a negative and it will go away. Yes. I need to do a bit of healing for you. So. Here we go. Now. Boom. There you go, Michael. Right in your heart chakra. Michael, there's a thing. I don't know if you're attracted to women or men or both. It doesn't matter. They're saying. Still, there's a partner on the way, but they're saying you're going to have to let go. You're going to have to let go of your preconceived notions about things and about what you feel in your heart about yourself. I know this. Ooh, I can feel that shit. Okay. Feel it in my heart. Okay. So you're going to have to let go of what you feel. Like, not let go of, but internalize emotionally what you're feeling, because things are going to change. And it's going to be kind of like a wave that rolls over you at a certain point emotionally, and you're going to feel it. And it's just like what I've been told, Michael. They're telling me to tell you the same thing. There comes a point where you have to break down. I've been trying to break down, Michael, for so long. Like, and cry. I can't do it. It almost happens here and there. They're saying I need a better trigger, so I'm probably supposed to tell you that as well. There may be some kind of trigger where you break down. But I feel like it's going to happen when you least expect it. I don't know what the trigger is, though. You may be just going to buy fast food and you break down in your car, they're saying. So I don't know. I don't know. But that's going to help you release. And they're saying you're doing a lot. It's time for you to accept what you've been giving out for other people for yourself. And this is a lesson I had to learn, Michael. I did a lot of lives for a long time by myself. Never got paid for any of them. I was cool with that at the time. But about 3 years into it, 2 years, however long, I was like, I need to start getting paid for this shit. Or I need to get paid in some capacity for what I'm doing. So, yeah. So they're saying that you definitely have abilities, and you can ask the universe to bring to you what is the verbiage? What you feel you deserve, or what you deserve. Yeah, what you deserve. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Michael, sir. We still have
Thank you, Michael.
Guys. It is $35 donations, readings, and healings. And I'm just gonna do this. Next up, we have Soul Treats.
Soul Treats. I don't know. I just had this like epic kind of song, like, or melody go through my head, like a superhero kind of a thing. That was pretty cool. Let's see what we got for Soul Treats. Soul Treats. Soul Treats. You're floating through the last little bit, is what they're telling me. I feel some blockage in the throat for you as well, darling. But it's just a little, just a piece, just a little piece. Right now you are in this floating forward. It's like you're moving forward, but you're in space. And so like kicking your feet or waving your arms or trying to swim through it, it's not going to work. You just got to float. You just got to float. You just got to float on. You're right. Oh my God. They're telling me this is the last little bit, is this floating space. It's your last little bit before your feet land on the ground. What do we got? 6 of Cups, 9 of Staves, King of Staves. Yep, you can see it. 2 of Coins, the Western Emperor. Darling, just float for a little while longer. And when you do, very soon, your feet are going to touch the ground. They're going to touch the ground, and you're going to spring. You're going to feel how like you have more control. You can see it. Don't take your eyes off the prize. A lot of people at this phase, before they launch into their new journey, their new thing, whatever, whether it's a project or a job or whatever the new phase of life is, this is the part where where so many people crumble, because it's so uncomfortable to be in limbo like that. It's so uncomfortable to be in this floating feeling. And it brings up all the old insecurities, all the stuff, right? But just stay with it, hold the vision. You are about to launch. You've gone through so many layers, through so much clearing that needed to happen before you could launch. That's what I just keep hearing is launch, launch, launch. And you are just about there. So don't crumple during this floaty phase, which is always the most disconcerting. Not scary. It's not scary. It's disconcerting is the word that I have. So you got this. Just float on through. You're doing beautifully. You're so close. You're almost there.
It's interesting. They have me use tarot cards. I have to channel off of them since I don't know what they mean. Okay. Number one, this is all masculine. Okay. There's a balance. I'm pulling 3 cards. I know you're going to know what they mean, Michelle, but they're saying disregard what the cards mean because Thomas is going to channel. So number one is strength. Can't see it with this thing. You can see it. There you go. Strength. Okay. Number one, what I'm seeing with this is that it's an inner harmony that's starting to occur. I'm seeing the 4 of Wands, but as you see in the middle, that's all I'm looking at is what's in the middle of these cards. It's an inner balance. It's starting. It's occurring, but it's almost as if you're going to be helping masculinity come forth through other means. Okay, I don't know what you guys are getting at. So other means such as men, women, but there is this thing right now that's okay. I'll just go with it. There's this thing that's happening right now with men and other people where it's like masculinity it seems to be kind of, we got crazy people like Andrew Tate coming out and stuff, but there's always a balance. So like things became very, I know this is not going to be a popular thing to say, things became very unmasculine for a long time. At least the last like year. So someone like Andrew Tate comes out to balance that. So a lot of men right now are feeling this, they don't have power. They can't stand up for themselves. They can't express their emotions because there's emotions in masculinity. And it's understanding their full power and understanding what they can tap themselves into. But you have a way of, in the future at least, and now, of bringing out this power within people as a healer and as a helper and as a leader, they're saying. And it's very solar plexus chakra, all this yellow. So it's very solar, they're saying look into the solar plexus chakra. That's where a lot of this power is going to come from. I never use tarot cards. Also, so the King of Cups is here too. What does that mean, Ingrid?
Emotional mastery, emotional maturity. It's also masculine, divine masculine.
Yeah, okay. So, but I'm also getting a dude. It's going to be sooner than you think, they're saying.
That it can relate to that too.
I've been fighting this, Soul Treats, I don't want to say her name, but you already know this. So I've been fighting this who I used to be with who I am now. And so have you, emotionally, they're saying. And it's time for us to stop being bitches, they're saying. Yeah, that's what they're saying.
In the most loving way, of course.
Most loving way. Yeah, okay. Thank you guys. But yeah, they're like, it's time for you guys to stop being like, oh, I don't want to go into these emotions again. It's going to hurt too much. I get it, man. I 100% understand. As far as healing, what do you want me to do? Dragon? Okay. So tap me into dragon energy now. So every single finger, there's energy coming off of. Okay, so it's like do this. There we go. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Soul Treats, for being here. Next up, guys, we still have openings. It's $35 donation, Universal Readings and Healing. And it is linked on PayPal and StreamYard. Next up, we have Skyla, Nusser. I'm going to mess up your name. I'm not good with names, dear. I apologize.
Nusser.
Nusser.
Yeah, Skyla. Okay, beautiful Skyla. Okay, I feel tightness in my chest as I'm breathing. And it's over particularly on the right-hand side. Oh, that's uncomfortable. I feel like a stabbing, like a knife, like getting stabbed in the chest on the right-hand side. I feel like there's pain around masculine energy. I feel like there's pain around the masculine energy inside of you and what you're expressing, like the masculine energy that you're expressing. And I also feel it showing up in your relationship with masculinity, men or people with a lot of masculine energy in your life. It's showing up in that respect. And it feels like, it feels like when I breathe in, like it hurts to breathe is what it feels like to me. It feels very, very, very tight in the chest. What Spirit is saying is you need to back up. You need to retreat and recharge, because there's nothing you can do to change this or fix this with where you're wounded right now. And this isn't necessarily just one recent situation. This is a buildup. And now I'm feeling it like in the back, in my shoulder. Whenever I feel pain in my shoulder blade, that is my signal that there is deception going on. Okay. And it's on the right side. So it's around masculine energy. It's masculine. It's male in your life, male energy. Now, this deception could be as benign as somebody not sharing their feelings with you and you being so sensitive that you can feel it, and it causes you a lot of pain to have things hidden from you. That's what I'm feeling. I don't necessarily feel like a big betrayal. It feels more like the deception is just hiding from you. Like there's something hiding from you, and you're so much more sensitive now. You're just becoming more and more and more sensitive that it really pains you. So you need to retreat, because that pain you're feeling from this instance in front of you, it's a trigger for deeper hurt, for experiences you've had in the past, going back. So there's some work to be done around that, and you know how to do that work. That's what's coming up for you. That's what Spirit is pointing out. Relieve that pressure in the chest. It feels like I've got a bunch of pressure in my chest cavity. It's not comfortable. 10 of Staves. You carry such a burden. You're really strong, but that doesn't mean you should be carrying burdens that are not yours. Page of Swords and the Time card. Okay, so the Hermit, retreating, right? Page of Swords, be honest about it. And then once you retreat and you have honesty and you let go of those burdens, you have the 10 of Pentacles, which is great, because that's really grounding. You have a solid foundation. You have everything you need to transcend this situation. On the bottom of the deck, we have the 4 of Swords. So that is about rest and recuperation. So the cards are really affirming, like, you need to retreat, so that you can be honest with yourself, be honest with the people around you, let go of the burdens that are not yours. You are ready to let go of some really codependent stuff. You're really ready, like you're ripe for it. It's like fruit is ready to fall off the tree. And some time to yourself, retreating, is going to give you the strength and the clarity to go ahead and make that shift. That will relieve this pressure in your chest, this pressure in the heart, and it's going to, I see you like swelling up like a balloon, but it's a good thing. It's like you're enlarging, you're becoming, you're getting full, you're filling up. Things are going to start changing in your life. Things are going to start changing in your relationships, but it's not going to cause you an undue amount of pain and suffering, because you're ready for cycles to naturally end so that you can begin your next cycle, which you are like, your toes are touching your next cycle. So for you, the big message is right now, retreat, go into hermit mode for a little while. You'll know when it's time to come out. It'll be time to come out when you feel strong and you have clarity. But in the meantime, go into hermit mode, my love.
I feel like you've been holding your breath in a lot, number one. Skylar. It's saying remember to breathe. One thing I'm going to highly recommend for you is looking into breathing methods. I don't understand breath work all that well, they're saying. at least in this lifetime, but it's going to help calm your central nervous system down. I feel like you're flooding your central nervous system with cortisol and caffeine. I don't know if you drink caffeine, but you're like overstimulating yourself in some way, they're saying. Whether that could be substances or I don't know. It could be caffeine. It could just be stress. But they're saying you're going to have to, in that releasing process, they're saying releasing, because you need to release. There's something weighing. That's what I'm seeing. It's past lifetime, but it's also this lifetime. It's all around here, your heart chakra, and it's like a chain. I can help you release part of this, they're saying, but I can't have you fully like you have to release the last remnants of it. That's always, it's not always, it's sometimes part of the situation with certain things. As a healer, can get rid of things completely in some regards, but sometimes we're not allowed to totally remove something unless they're saying it's a different situation, or we're led to do that. But I'm feeling there's this pressure over your heart, so this may have something to do with a man or a significant other. I don't really know what's going on there, but I keep seeing something like that. And okay, you also need to accept, dear, that whatever's happened is not your fault. I came through pretty quick. I can see some stuff, but I don't want to say it live on camera. So it's not your fault. People are great at fucking manipulating people's minds, and making them believe they're the problem when they're not. So anyways, I needed to say that out loud. Hello, Ada. And so here we go. So I'm going to tap into your heart chakra, Skyla, to say yes. Got it. Heard it. Now. Tapping into the heart chakra. I'm just slowly breaking this chain down. Slowly breaking it, slowly breaking it. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. So if you looked at it, it's like this now, where before it's a link like this. So they've broken it down to like here in the link. So it's like the last part's for you to break. I could have snapped my fingers and just broke it, but my guides were like, no, you can't do that. You can't break the whole chain. Sometimes they'll allow me to do it. Sometimes they won't. It just depends. Anyways, but this is for you. So, and thank you, Skyla, for being here.
Thank you, Skyla.
Thank you, dear. And we still have openings, guys. $35 donation, reading and healing. It is linked in description on StreamYard and Facebook. Next up, we have Kay Peterson.
Hi, Kay. Okay. Let me shift something here. All right. This is an interesting visual I'm getting for you, Kay. Well, let me make sure that's for you. Hang on. I need to recount. Thomas, will you start this one? I need to I need to adjust some of my energy.
Yeah. Just give me a second. Ground. Feminine energy, come on. Okay, there's a choice coming up for you. The choice is going to be if you go with what your mind is thinking or what your heart is feeling. Sometimes you can put a bandage on a wound, Kay, but that doesn't mean that the wound's going to heal simply because it's covered up. Now, what they're talking about is if you're using something to cover up the wound, it may be time just to rip the Band-Aid off. I will tell you, Kay, that with me, I have had to quit smoking. I've had to quit a lot of things. And I'm still having to do this process, and it sucks. But it's also very liberating. And it's just part of my path, my guides are saying, as it is with you. But these are behaviors and thinking patterns that no longer serve us. So if we look at spirituality or the human body, you have the spiritual, the physical, the mental, and the emotional, and the soul on a basic level. But it's all four of these and the soul working together, which opens up the complete blueprint of the human being to further develop into what they can become. And I feel as I'm saying this, send in Sophia, please. Okay. To her heart chakra and sacral. Thank you. Okay, say I accept because they're waiting around you. Okay. So sometimes we get stuck in our minds thinking the same things over and over again, and we need to drop into what we feel is the right action next. It's reminding me of Bashar, something I saw recently on a social media thing. Bashar said with synchronicity that everything we do, we need whatever you feel is the next right thing to do is the next right thing to do. Whether that's read a book, whether that's take a walk, whatever it is, do that. We always know what the right answer is. We're just not always listening to what we feel is the right answer because we're scared of change. Because we're taught when we're little that change can erupt into something insane sometimes. It's interesting. Yeah. Yeah, just like that, releasing alliances, number 2. And release the dark wound and let love live, number 3. Which leads, once you start releasing these things that are no longer serving you, okay, you move into inspiration. And what I'm seeing here is a Mobius loop. I wasn't taught like how the Avengers talk about the Mobius loop. I was taught Mobius magic. So I'm looking at this more as like a quantum thing. But this is what you'll start moving into, which is creation of utter simplicity, they're saying. So the creation will come very simple, where before it's been very hard for you to move into this feeling of oneness with yourself. Now it's going to be much easier to move into that feeling of oneness with yourself as you let go of the things that no longer bring your life into a lower vibration, be that the mind or the emotions. They're saying pull another card. Yeah. But you're going to need a little bit of help, they're saying. And I feel like it's a female that will shake you up a little bit. This may actually be a lesson. So not a lot of people talk about this. Sometimes I think that we actually, in our life contract, when we incarnate again in a human body, we put people in our path to really disrupt us, to make us change. And I know that's not like love and light with the parentheses, because everything isn't love and light. And that's the thing no one's talking about. This isn't meant to be easy, they're saying. It takes preservation. It's something I saw today on a Facebook post too, okay, is that someone was talking about we need to adopt the old ways of shamanicism or shamans, okay? But I was looking at their posts and I was like, it's interesting you say that because my former teacher's teacher was trained in Mexico. She was locked in a room for 7 days with just water. She was locked outside in the heat and whipped for 24 hours. That's the old ways of shamanicism. I mean, she's a master. She taught my former teacher. I don't know if I would be at this level if it wasn't for her. So the point is that, at least guiding me in some fashion. So what I'm getting at is that we've made things so easy. They're saying, like, it has to be so easy. Like I'm not saying this about UK, I'm saying this to everyone. Spirituality's become so soft. And that's why they're demanding a masculine force to step in. They're talking about something else. But yeah, that's the central message here. Are you ready, Ingrid?
I am ready. Okay, Kay. Tapping into your energy, it's really beautiful, but it's also ambiguous. That's the best word I can come up with. It's very snake-like, not bad, not in a bad way. It's luminescent. I see like these scales, but they're like purples and blues and luminescent. It's like the belly of a snake and slithering through and leaving this sort of trail of luminous light behind you. But snake energy, snake is really powerful. It's Kundalini rising. It's incredible spiritual power. And it's also down into the shadow world. So you embody, what I'm feeling is that you embody like a snake or a serpent energy. And so you really deeply understand the light and the dark and can move between the two and don't take either one personally. You know that it's all just is what it is. You just don't take it personally. And so people can be confused by you because you're not on one side or the other. But you're not bad. You know, it's not like that. It's not like you're there's something evil about it. And I say that, I repeat that because sometimes sometimes we can think about a snake and we're like, oh, that's bad, but it's not bad. You move between these energies, denser energies and lighter energies. And not light is in better, light is in like literally weight. It's like energy like has a weight to it. Dense and light doesn't necessarily mean, it doesn't mean good or bad. It just is what it is. So that's the energy that I'm picking up. And it's luminescent and it leaves this trail of colors and lights. So I feel like what that means is, you leave an impression. People remember you. They can taste you after you leave for a long time. That's what it feels like to me. And accepting this about yourself and embodying and embracing this about yourself is going to help enable you to really tap into your intuitive guidance system so that you can even more accurately follow the pull of your purpose. Because you've got a direction, you got a way that you're headed, but you don't know what it looks like. You're pulled in each moment. And so embracing this energy about you, this serpent energy, and you can look up serpents, and see what resonates with you. Meditate on it, contemplate it. What does this mean to you? Embody that and embrace that and accept that. And that's going to tap you into your core. And that's what spirit grabs hold of to pull you forward in life. Okay. Now we're going to pull some cards and see what else we got for you. Okay, 10 of Cups, Page of Staves, Leo, 4 of Swords. You're in a good place right now. This is really good. Things are happening. Things are starting. You're feeling in command. You're feeling like everything's going to come together. You don't have to do a lot in terms of taking action for things to come together because you've really lined up with the energy. The thing that you need to do, what's on the bottom of the deck, which is really, really calling out to me, Page of Swords, you need to make sure that you're honest with people. And I don't think you're lying to people. I think this is more about like maybe keeping mum, not saying things sometimes because it's like, what good is that going to do? But the good it's going to do is cut away the fat, is what I'm getting. You need to cut away the fat from your life. So being honest with yourself, being honest with others, and speaking in a direct manner, not making anything flowery or couching it or, trying to position it in a way where you think it'll land easier. Just being direct with love is going to show you who people are in your life. And it's going to cut away any dead weight that is preventing you from getting to this 10 of Cups, which is freaking happily ever after, man. This is where you want to be. Your energy is this Leo energy. Whether you're a Leo or not, you're embodying a Leo energy, which is leadership, showing up in the spotlight. And that really resonates with the energy I was picking up. I mean, you just, like I said, you linger with people after you leave. So you very much show up in that kind of power. And the Page of Staves is telling me you're starting something new. You're headed in a new direction and you're just rearing to go. And it's feeling really good. So not a whole lot more action required on your part, but honesty. Be honest with the people around you and be honest with yourself.
Okay, let me do a little bit of healing. Just say I accept her. No. Feminine. Okay. Next up. Now my energy's all going shaky. Okay.
Interesting.
Okay. That wasn't you. Okay. Anyways, okay. Next up, we have David. David, I'm not going to be able to say your last name. It's Veilleux.
Nope, don't know that. Don't know that one. Can't say that one either.
David, when we call you David, man.
I'm gonna call you David.
We'll let Ingrid go first.
Okay, hang on. David. Okay, snapping fingers, feeling a powerful voice, feeling my chest, feeling my solar plexus. You're breaking free. You're breaking free and you're breaking through. You're breaking through some energy that's like self-esteem, confidence, that's a word. You're breaking through a lack of confidence in your life. And it's intense. It's an intense process and you're doing great is what Spirit is saying. You're doing great. You're moving through it. You're busting through it. You're coming through it. They just keep saying, you're coming through it. You're coming through it. This is going to be life altering when you take this leap of courage. There's a leap of courage that you're getting ready to take. I can see you like, crouching down, ready to start sprinting, right? You're about to take this incredible leap of courage and it's really intense and you have a lot of, and Spirit is saying, go for it. Go for it, because this situation that you're taking a leap of courage on is going to turn out great and it's going to break through a barrier, a lifelong barrier is what I'm getting. You're going to break through and you're going to stay broken through. And it's going to enable you to take on jobs and projects and relationships, things that you were too scared, that you didn't think you could live up to before. You couldn't live up to before. Now you can, not just because of your confidence level, but because you broke through an energetic block by taking this crazy leap of faith. I feel like it's around a job or something is what it feels like. It feels like it's maybe career related, but it doesn't really matter what it is because the point is not the thing. The point is the energy. You're leaping through it. And Spirit is just here to affirm for you. Go, do it, do it, do it. Bottom of the deck is the Star. Let's pull some other cards. 7 of Swords. This is not easy. Lots of vulnerability coming up. 6 of Swords. You're working on it, though. You know what your mind is doing. The Magician. You have been manifesting this. The Magician is a really powerful card. You've got this. Knight of Staves. Confidence. Barreling forward. And 10 of Wands. Let go of anything that's holding you back. Any burdens that you're hanging on to, any responsibility you're taking on that is not yours. Now's the time to let it go because you need to be as light on your feet as you can to leap into this new personal paradigm. This is exciting, though. I'm really excited for you. This is a game changer. This is going to change your life. You don't see how it's going to change your life because you're focused on the one thing, but it's going to change your life because it's going to completely change your energy. Over to you, Thomas.
Okay, David. I don't need any cards for this. You're kind of like me with my past lifetimes. You've chosen a lot of lifetimes where people would say dark, you've been light, you've been this, you've been that. It's all the fun experiences of the soul I'm hearing. That energy is about to start meshing together. That's what I'm seeing. It's like coming together in a circle and it's starting to mesh. So you're starting to see what you're capable of and see what you can truly do. They're saying, be careful not to give in to too much power as you start manifesting what it is you wish to bring into your environment. But at the same time, power may be a byproduct of this. And that's okay because it is the human experience. A lot of people would say lead with love. That's normally what I would say. Well, no, I wouldn't. I would say lead with power. Anyways, but lead with, do whatever you want, they're saying. But these past lifetimes, I feel like you're already starting to see them in dreams, my guides are saying. I don't know if you remember seeing them, David. I don't know if you remember seeing these lifetimes where you've worn like black cloak or wielded like black swords or whatever, that your guides or higher self is giving you the information. It's not going to be long before you can actually move into the Akashic record if you're not already doing this. I feel like you are. But there's more access to be had. There will be this integration of feminine energy coming in for you in the next 3 to 6 months to a year, getting more on the year part, but it's going to happen slowly. So it'll be a trickling effect. You're not going to notice it at first, but over time, it's going to start really moving into that, where that balance is going to occur between the masculine and the feminine. David, I kind of have to tell you my story. So for me, I've been with the masculine so long, and now I'm starting to move into the feminine. And this process is not easy for me because it's bringing up a lot of emotions that I would have been okay with before I was psychic, but now I'm not okay with now that I am psychic, because I can feel so much more. But I'm having to be okay with it. They're saying this is part of the process. They're also saying as you go forward into this, I feel like you're going to start something. It could be spiritual in nature. Saying go with the path of least resistance, but don't let the past and the pain of the past rule where you go forward. Something I think everyone needs to hear, because a lot of times, they're saying the narcissist and the empath are being funny. Okay, so a lot of times these people are talking about the narcissist and the empath, and the thing they're not really talking about is they're not taking personal responsibility for the roles they've played. Not saying that narcissists don't exist, because they do, but it to me screams of a victim mentality if the whole world is going through the exact same thing. Not everyone in this world is a narcissist. It's like 1 in 10 people, if even that, 1 in 100. So the likelihood is like they're showing me a slot machine finding that. So they're also saying don't give a fuck about what other people think. And David, please say I accept. So I'm going to send you healing energy. And I need that. I was wondering why I needed this. Okay, thank you. I need that. They're tapping a little bit into your heart chakra, David, but it's more into your solar plexus. Oh, wow. Thank you, David. And take a salt bath tonight, man, or get some meat if you eat meat. It's going to help ground you, or get outside and sit on the ground, do some meditation. Be very helpful.
Thank you, David.
Masculine energy. Thank you, David. Next, I'm going to check and see what is going on PayPal.
What's going on?
It looks like that closes us out today, Miss Ingrid. Are you okay with that?
Okay, I'm okay with that. I still got some driving to do tonight, so that's okay. I'm glad to be of service to who felt called to us tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. So, guys, we'll be back next Tuesday.
We sure will. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, everybody.
You guys have a beautiful day. And Rosetta, I hope to see you soon in one of these readings, dear. I'll see you in every live. And you're more than welcome, Michael. We'll talk to you guys soon.